My 32F partner claims it's just seasonal depression, but I feel more like I'm begging for her attention than being loved. I'm 24M, struggling with my own issues while piling my heart into a relationship that seems one-sided. Am I wasting my effort? I would like peace of mind that my thoughts and feelings are valid. I will start by saying that both my partner and I struggle with mental health issues. We both have mood disorders. She has borderline personality disorder, and I think I may fall somewhere along that spectrum or perhaps have bipolar II disorder. I am on medication and was previously attending therapy while she is not. She claims that therapy does not help, so she has stopped engaging with it. I am 24 years old male and my partner is 32 years old female. We have been together for roughly a year and a half to 2 years. We took a break for 7 months last summer but eventually got back together. Things had been going well, but due to my drug use as a way to manage chronic pain I have been experiencing for the last 4 years, I was trying to cope. While my use of prescription medication may not have been inherently wrong, I was not honest about it. At some point, I sensed her distancing herself, and I could feel it deeply within me. Although I was not aware of it at the time, it eventually began to register. She was not behaving like herself. A few months back, I admitted to her that I had not been honest, and we discussed it. She said it was okay, but warned me that if it happened again, there would be no relationship between us, though I don't believe we healed as we should have. Eventually, I inquired about what was happening, and after a long time, she told me that there was a loss of trust. While I initiated the issues, she was resigned to leaving things as they were. For 3 or 4 months, I struggled and attempted to keep our relationship stable. I am an addict, but in every other regard, I had done everything I believed was right. I am attentive, affectionate, considerate, and kind. I consistently ensured that she was okay and had everything she needed, and I fought hard to improve myself and become a better partner for both of us. Upon reuniting, we made a pact to be open and honest. Even if we were not making the best choices, we would share them with one another, be supportive, and discuss our challenges. We aimed to be more understanding and work as a team. For a while, things were wonderful. We were reunited, and I was incredibly grateful that we had a plan, eliminating the need to miss her any longer. I love her immensely, and despite all our time apart, she was always in my thoughts, regardless of how hard I tried to maintain distance. She has always understood me in a way I felt nobody else could, and for a long time I believed I had found my other half, my twin. We share so much in common, and I cherished that. 3 to 4 months ago, we encountered some legal issues. We have been dealing with our cases individually, but I made sure to attend her court dates as well. The situation was challenging. I was working full-time, yet I still traveled every weekend to see her. She lives 2 hours away, and more often than not, I was the one making the journey. Her case was resolved, and I hope to resolve mine soon. I am uncertain how much specific information is relevant, and I do not know what all to include, but I am just trying to express myself as best as I can. I do not want to burden my family or create rifts between my family and her by voicing my concerns to them. I do not wish for my loved ones to perceive things negatively. I also question whether sharing my issues with numerous people online is any healthier. Yet I have so many doubts swirling in my mind that I need to talk to someone. In February, I experienced an issue with my arm. Something in my left arm regarding the nerves and muscles went awry. I woke up one day without any strength and was unable to lift anything. It was painful to move, and I had no idea what had happened. I consulted several doctors, and they could not determine the issue without extensive testing. As of now, my arm is fine. Since March 6th, I have applied for at least 46 jobs, and after an interview today, I am hopeful about returning to work soon, but I have been unemployed for several weeks. 3 to 4 weeks ago, in addition to lacking income, my car required repairs, brakes, rotors, and possibly a caliper. This work amounts to 800 to 900, and I can barely afford my bills, so I have been using someone else's car. However, since the registration is not current, I cannot take it across state lines to visit her as I would like. My partner experiences seasonal depression. During the colder months, she faces significant challenges and tends to shut down. I did not notice it much last winter, but this time around, things feel different, and I cannot shake the feeling that there is more happening beneath the surface. In the past 2 to 3 months, I have found it increasingly difficult to connect with her. Our conversations feel stagnant, with the same questions yielding the same brief responses. I ask her how she slept, and she says it was okay. I inquire about work, and she keeps it brief. I ask how she is doing, and she insists she is fine but tired. When I could still visit, it felt like I was receiving less and less physical affection. I believe we have only had sex a couple of times in recent months. I felt that I was always the one initiating, and when I did so, it sometimes seemed as if she were doing it just to appease me, which was not the case in the past. Upon entering her home, I had to request a hug and a kiss after driving for 2 hours. Each time I attempted to coax her out of the house to do something together, I felt like I was pleading with her to go anywhere, but we typically ended up in bed the entire weekend, watching movies and sleeping. I feel as though I have been fighting for a semblance of normalcy, and striving to return us to a healthier state. She does not express her feelings, and nowadays I hardly converse with her at all. Even on her days off, there are times when I do not hear from her for an hour, and I know she is likely scrolling through TikTok. I attempted to schedule a FaceTime call for this weekend because I have not spoken to her on the phone in weeks and I could not afford to visit her. That plan fell through as well. I addressed this with her recently and expressed that I needed more from our relationship and was struggling to connect. She explained at length that it was beyond her control. She mentioned that during the colder months she feels down and depressed, her mind shuts off and she does not want to be touched or engage in activities. She just wants to persevere and keep her head down. She insists that there is nothing troubling her mind and nothing to say, explaining that this has always been her way of coping. I strive to support her, but I do not know how. I feel unwanted and as if I am pleading for her attention. I told her that I care deeply for her and it hurts to see her struggle while I am trying to be present, and yet I keep hitting the same wall. I know she is just going through the motions, and she even admitted that she would find it difficult to manage her behavior if our positions were reversed. She acknowledges that it is hard for her and must be difficult for me, but that is how it is. I feel that while this has been her coping mechanism for a long time, shutting down and merely pushing through it has been this way for such an extended period that we had previously discussed it. We created a plan to be there for one another, communicate our problems, and improve our relationship. We agreed to work as a team, but these days it feels overwhelmingly one-sided. As our conversations continue, I am beginning to feel like this dynamic is indeed one-sided. I reach out whenever I can, but I am met with terse, thoughtless replies. I attempt to arrange phone calls, yet I cannot seem to connect with her. My car is unreliable, and suddenly I do not see her. While her car is also not in the best condition, mine was not either, yet I made it work. There are 4 to 5 other cars in her driveway that she could use if she chose to. She is back to work and has money for coffee every day and fast food. She goes out and does activities with her siblings. I scarcely hear from her, and that is only through texts. I have not heard her voice in ages, and it has been even longer since I saw her face. As soon as I am unable to bridge the distance, she disappears. I understand she is having a rough time, but I lost the use of my arm. I lost my job. I have been navigating through unemployment while applying to numerous jobs. I lost my car. I live with my family and I cannot obtain an ounce of assistance from them. I have no help or support. My brother has moved out and I cannot even get him off his phone or to come here to see me. I see my parents regularly, but they do not engage in conversation with me. My grandmother is the only family member I visit, but she has been ill and resides in a care facility, and I cannot always afford to leave the house. Everything fell apart around me, and when I needed someone the most, everyone stopped showing up, leaving me feeling incredibly lost. I am genuinely depressed, alone, broke, and doing everything I can, yet feel as if I am drowning. Throughout these experiences, I strive to be the best person I can be, but I receive nothing in return. The love and energy I invest in the world, including toward the woman who is meant to be my other half, are not being reciprocated. When I was financially stable and employed, I supported her in every way I could while she was struggling with her court matters, even checking in even when she was fine. I always made an effort to visit her, even if it felt like she was not excited to see me, and now that I cannot make the trip, it has been a month since I last saw her. I try to engage in meaningful conversations and open up to her, but I feel as though I am simply bothering her. She attributes her behavior to seasonal depression, but I did what I could when our roles were reversed, and now I feel at a loss for what to do without receiving anything in return for my efforts. Am I investing in something I should abandon? Should I forgive the emptiness and allow myself to feel unloved? How can I continue to voice my feelings repeatedly before I convince myself that I should not have to fight for someone to love me the way I love them? In summary, my long-distance partner and I have been drifting apart. She claims it is due to seasonal depression, but ultimately I am pouring so much of myself into something that is not being reciprocated. I am facing significant challenges, and my partner is not supporting me in the same manner that I support her, and it is breaking my heart. What should I do? Story 2. At 20, I'm juggling 80-hour work weeks and a full course load, yet he's emotionally distant. "You're just choosing to make it a problem," he said after I told him I needed loyalty in return for my love. How can I be enough when he's still hooked on other women? For context, I am working 80 hours a week and attending university full-time. I chose a career path that will help support him, and I try my best to create networking opportunities for him. I cook for him 2 to 3 times a day. I live in my apartment while he resides with his parents because he is saving for a house. I save him about $800 a week by cooking and holding him accountable in other ways. He is loved beyond measure. He has broken up with me about 8 or more times because he feels inadequate, regardless of how much I encourage him and give him space, along with whatever else he may need to feel capable and supported. I even lost 50 pounds because I discovered his preference is for very small girls with curves, and now I fit that type. We have been together for over a year. I do not want to leave, but I hate how he makes me feel about myself. I am female, 20 years old, and he is male, 24 years old. Attachments are not allowed here, but this was our conversation today. Me, when was the last time you engaged in self-pleasure? Him, let us reset it to today. Me, a what? Him, send me something unusual. Me, that does not answer my question, laughing out loud. Hims, I do not know when, I do not count or put a day on my calendar. Me, is it still with other people? Him, why do you ask? Me, so yes, because if I do not ask, you will not tell me, laughing out loud. Him, all right, sorry I asked. Me, I am not upset, you can be irritated, but there is no reason to be, I was just curious. I want us to be more open and have healthier responses. I know you enjoy the toxicity, but it is unnecessary most of the time. Do you mind giving me a straightforward answer? Him, I am not trying to be toxic, I would prefer not to answer. Me, because you do, laughing out loud, it is fine, you are worried about me exploding or something. Him, whom you always have in the past, so yes. Me, I do not take infidelity lightly. I have certainly overreacted because I was hurt. I will not excuse it, but I would rather just be at peace. I am faithful. I am focused on obtaining the future I desire, which involves commitment. If that does not align with you, then neither will I. If you cannot lower your gaze, you do not respect me. If you continually give in to lust, you do not respect yourself. You are not hurting anyone, but it affects how you treat me, creates the illusion of endless options and makes me feel inadequate. What is the point of giving you everything you could ask for if it is not enough? You hide them in a calculator application and will not let me touch your phone for reasons related to what else you have on there. You have an addiction that you are unwilling to address. If you are still unsure that I am the one and need validation from fantasies and other women, I am fine. I am not going to tell you what to do, I am just going to leave. I have never asked you for anything other than loyalty in exchange for everything I do for you out of love. You struggle to reassure me that I am the one because in your eyes I am not, and that is okay. I love you and always will. I just cannot continue feeling that the person I am meant to spend the rest of my life with, submitting to and serving, believes there are better options. I am enough. I will be more than enough. I cannot force you to appreciate or desire that. Hims, you are not going to tell me what to do, you are just going to leave. Me, I have tried to help. I have attempted to offer whatever will sexually satisfy you. I conduct research on how to provide better oral sex and everything, laughing out loud. Him, I do not know what to tell you. Me, I am still somehow not enough for you. There has never been a moment when you needed to doubt my love for you. I do not know how to convince myself that you genuinely love me when you are lustful and unwilling to change. Him, do whatever you want, I am not going to sit here and discuss this. Me, I have never wanted anyone else, not even fantasized, nothing. If you choose to indulge in lust for women who do not care about you over someone who would go to the ends of the earth for you, that is your choice. I wish you would choose me. Him, you are just choosing to make it a problem. Me, no, it is a problem, and I am expressing that it is a boundary for me, and you are not accustomed to that. Him, I am going to continue doing what I want. Sorry that it bothers you. Me, what am I supposed to do? Sit here and be okay with you fantasizing about intimate relationships with people you know when you have me? Him, yes, because I do not care about them. Me, I have never informed you that when you tell me something I do bothers you. I have always aimed to give you what will help us. Yes, that is the issue. You do not care about me enough to want to commit either. You told me it was my fault you started because I was not satisfying you. I have done everything I possibly can and still no. I can massage you and perform oral sex when you come here stressed, and you will still go home and look at another woman and think that is fine. I have said what I needed to say. I will not trouble you anymore. I am sorry that you chose them over me. I wish things were different. Him, when did I choose them over you? Me, you are not willing to stop, and I am not willing to pretend it does not hurt. If you told me to start wearing a full face veil so other men would not even see my forehead, I would do it. If you instructed me to drop out of school to take better care of you, I would do it. You would rather enjoy 2 minutes of temporary pleasure here and there than ensure I feel secure. Me, I love you deeply, but if I am not enough of a reason to address an addiction that harms our relationship, I do not know what to say. I want to feel beautiful, but if you have other women on your phone whom you find attractive, how can I? I cannot compete with millions of women, and you cannot compete with millions of men. The entire point is to be faithful, but you apparently do not want that, and I cannot compel you to. Comparisons destroy gratitude. You cannot tell me that if I did not see many men constantly who had things you do not, I would not view you differently. There is a reason I do not. Him, all right, I do not think so. Me, you can conduct your own research on what lust and pornography addiction do to a brain, and what comparing others to your partner does to a relationship, and disagree all you want. I am not telling you what to think. He then activated Do Not Disturb mode and went home, and we did not converse for the remainder of the night. In summary, I am bending over backward and seeking commitment from an avoidant man, and he is still choosing lust over my emotional security. I do not know if I can endure it any longer or if I am being overly dramatic.